Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Have you ever wondered, hey, how can I improve the standard operating procedures in my agency? How can I improve an onboarding process? How can my team members feel like I'm available even if I'm not available? That's exactly what I'm showing you today. I'm showing you three different AI tools or tools that are driven by AI that can help you improve your standard operating procedures and your onboarding process and really personalize that learning experience for your team members. So let's jump over and let's get started. All right, real quickly, we're walking you through Scribe. Now, if you want to find their website, it's scribehow.com. Scribe is a tool that's been around for a while, and it's typically known for helping you with standard operating procedures. No matter what industry you're in now, we're particularly applying this to insurance agency owners, though. And that is, how can you use Scribe to do different things? Like standard operating procedures, training manuals, and all these different things. And you'll see the different things you can do with it here. Onboarding new hires. So one of the biggest time consuming things, but it's got to be done, is onboarding new hires. It's having employees feel like you're there every step of the way, even if you can't be. And that's where Scribe can really help. It can help you create standard operating procedures for doing quotes with certain carriers, processes like cancellations, endorsements, having all these things documented into a certain database like a SharePoint, a Google Workspace, something like that. So it can be very beneficial. Now let's look at the kind of different processes. Let's just go through and look at some of these features here together real quick. And you can kind of see the different websites that it auto captures any process, desktop top, mobile apps. As you see, you can go to a carrier and start documenting these different things. You could go to Zillow.com, Realtor.com. If you're getting information, you're taking that documentation, that process in Scribe, maybe using a ChatGPT to help even clean it up even more. So this is one of the benefits of how you can use something like a Scribe to customize your process, creating all kinds of things. Remember, because the process in the insurance industry is not always staying the same. It's always changing. Underwriting rules are changing. Guidelines are changing. Appetites are changing. All these things. So something like Scribe can play a very vital role. As we kind of go through here, though, and you can see the different things about how anyone can have access to this. Now let's take a look at pricing here. And remember, my role in pricing is you want to always look at the tools you already subscribe to and see, hey, can it go and do this? And looking at Scribe, we can look at monthly. Let's look at monthly billing, where it's $15 basically, and what you get versus $29. And you can see the different features here that you're getting here with Scribe. Now, personally, I don't use Scribe because instead, what we've always used is Vidyard because once again, we are paying for that. And Vidyard, look, it's not going to do a lot of those things. What Vidyard can do, though, is it can take the transcription of that training call and do different things, and it can build it into a standard operating procedure because of how I've built AI with it. However, if you're just getting started, something like a Scribe might be very important to you. I have lots of insurance marketing clients that use Scribe, and they absolutely love it. So that is Scribe. All right, now we're looking at Synthesia. And look, once again, this is a tool that I personally am not using. However, I have lots of friends that have used it and they really like it. One of the things I like about Synthesia that you can't really see here, but you can take your text and you can turn it into a video really of yourself or another avatar within minutes to set up a training manual, set up a webinar for your team, whatever it is, some kind of training session. So it can play a very valuable role here. As I said, this can be really great, like if you're building a course, if you're building a learning center for your team, all these different things. I have a lot of friends who have built academies out of these. I've used it for some different things, but I still kind of prefer another service. I've done a video here on this channel before on something called Heygen, which is Heygen, because I do think that the AI avatar with Heygen is a little more accurate, but I feel like maybe the Synthesia's actual platform is better from a training standpoint. Now let's look at some of the pricing here. Now looking at the different pricing, you can kind of see how their pricing is broken down. whether it's billed monthly, annually, and the different avatars you have, the dubbing, even the branded video pages, all these different things that you can do here. So that's kind of how the pricing works. Now, look, let's get into the features. Now we're looking at some of the different things you can do here. As I said, localizing things, building your brand style guidelines, your brand kit, publishing all these different things that you can use to build out your courses. You could use this for internal training manuals. You could use this for standard operating procedures like Scribe that we've talked about in an earlier video. You could use this for really anything inside your agency from a training standpoint. Just imagine your team having access to that training all the time. What if you are a better learner when it comes to text? What if you're one of your teammates, maybe a younger teammate, learns better visually? Well, this is exactly how something like this could help them. So this is just another tool that you could be using in your agency to help continue to develop your staff, train your staff the right way, making sure that you've got the standard operating procedures that are being followed consistently the right way. So this is Synthesia. I want you to take a look at this. No, I don't have any kind of affiliate code. I have really no relationship with them. My job here is just to make sure that you have the product that you need. Now, once again, remember, if you are using a software out there that does this, go to them first before going and wasting money on another product. What I'm doing here in this video is just demoing some of these different ones for you that you can use to help train your team, support your team. So this is Synthesia. I hope you enjoyed this part of the video. All right, now we're doing training on Guidde. That's guidde.com. Once again, like some other tools we're talking about in this bigger video here are some different AI tools that you can use to create really good onboarding documentation, a really good onboarding process. Maybe that's a referral partner. Maybe that's internal with a team member. Maybe you're trying to create consistency between your licensed staff and your VA staff. So this is Guidde. Guidde is similar to Synthesia. It's similar to Scribe. And remember, we have no affiliation with these companies. My purpose in this video is to give you 3 different tools that you can use to improve process in your agency, to improve onboarding, and to speed up the learning curve. Because remember, if you've been in the industry a while, you may learn better by text, but one of your younger team members may learn better by video. And that's how some of these different tools can help you understand. You got to meet people in the middle somewhere. So now let's take a look real quick at some of the products they offer here. We can look at the different things that you can go in here where we can broadcast things for your employees, and we can build step-by-step guides, as you can see right here, using AI to build these different things. And this is where the video documentation plays a really big role. The personalization. Anybody who knows me knows I'm big on personalization and localization. So when we're talking about training, we want to find any way we can to really personalize that training process. One reason is it builds that emotional connection, just like video does. When I teach video to clients every day, is we gotta find a way to keep team members engaged, and personalizing that content for them on this journey as they learn is one way to do that. Let's just watch this demo real quick. If it'll show it to me here.
Hey there, welcome to Guidde. Guidde lets anybody create video documentation across any software tool in your company. Let's see how it's done. So I'm going to go to one of my tools. In this case, it's going to be Salesforce.
You see the really
from
good
the Guidde browser
here.
extension, I can type the video document that I want to create. In this case, it's subscribing to a report. Pick the objective. In this case, it's knowledge and documentation. I can even use my microphone if I'd like to narrate it, and then start my capture. Guidde is going to follow everything that I'm doing on screen. So in this case, I'm going to pick the report that I want to subscribe to, and then pick the cadence. In this case, it's going to be 3 days a week. Save it. And then finally, stop the recording when I'm done, and guidde is going to compose everything that I've done on screen into the following output. So we get both a step-by-step description with automatic highlighting of everything that I was doing on the screen, and a narration. So you can see there's a talking track based on the actions that I was doing and the audio voiceover that I was providing it. And then finally, we also generate a voice output with a fully narrated video. Let's listen to it.
This guide explains how to subscribe to a report in Salesforce. You will learn how to pick a report, set a subscription cadence for specific days, and save your subscription preferences. Click on the Reports tab to access the Reports section.
All right, so as you can see, this is created in seconds. And then from this point, you can actually share it directly into any one of your existing tools. In this case, it's going to be our LMS. And just paste it in there, and then both the video player and the step-by-step SOP is added to your destination. And then if you'd like, you can also edit the video. It's as easy as editing a PowerPoint presentation. You can move things around, add elements. And if you need to you can also introduce numbers like this, various visual elements to your slides. And then finally, if you need to edit your talking track, you can do that and pick one of hundreds of voices in any language, pretty much, catering to your specific viewers. Give it a shot. Let us know how it goes.
So as you see, that's pretty cool there. Now let's take a look at their pricing. So in the pricing, you can kind of see, you've got some different, let's just go to monthly, because look, let's be honest, a lot of times a month on insurance works better. So let's look at these different modules here compared to all the different ones. Now look, you may need multiple creators, but you could probably just have one creator account that your entire agency could use for that $50 a month. Once again, go back to whatever you're using and figure out if it comes even close to something like this tool, something like a Scribe, something like Synthesia, Synthesia, whatever it is there. So this is what the pricing looks like. I've shown you the different features in here. You can see the different features throughout these. And all these different things here. The brand kits, if you're running multiple brands here, then you would want to probably go with an enterprise there. You've got your custom branding and all these different things. So this is guidde. So I hope that you've gotten some value out of this video. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to hit share, subscribe, and like the channel below so other people can find the same valuable information you have on this AI video on 3 tools that you could be using to improve your onboarding process and the standard operating procedures for your team.